Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog. We've been in Denver for about 2 weeks, but now it's time to go back to California and San Diego for a 1,000-mile road trip.
So let's go.
This video is brought to you by Getaway Space. More on that later.
We drove out here 2 weeks ago to attend Electrify Expo Denver and to have Afford EVs, cars, and coffee. That was actually last week, and we came out the week before because we have tons of family and friends here. Our friends were kind enough to put us up so we could work our day jobs as well. So we literally finished work yesterday, took the day off today on Friday, and now we're starting the trek back to San Diego. But we have a lot of adventures on the way. Tonight we're gonna see a friend in Utah. And then tomorrow, we're going to be meeting up with a bunch of people in Las Vegas for a dinner. And then the next day, a cruise down the strip. So we have a lot of adventures coming. We don't know how many videos this is going to be split into, but this is probably going to be the first day. I don't know. We have a lot of charging to do today.
So, the first day, we actually charged up at our friend's house at 100, made it all the way to 100%. We're trying to make it to Richfield, Utah, which is 474 miles from our friend's house, although we had to go back and get something, so we'll say 476. So it's really not that bad of a drive for today. According to a better route planner, I was looking at it this morning, and it suggested that we needed just 2 charges to get all the way to Richfield, and there's an EA charger and a Tesla Supercharger in Richfield, plus there's charging at the hotel. So I was trying to do an automatic lane change, and
it's traffic.
Didn't want to cut somebody off, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. But we're going to add a charging stop to that for all the EV nerds out there. You may be excited like me to see some of the version 4 of the Tesla Supercharger stalls. It'll be our first time stopping at one. It has the Magic Dock built into it. It literally just came online like 2 weeks ago, like right as we were coming this direction. So we're going to stop there. It's about 71 miles from us. So we really, of course, won't need to charge, but we'll stop there. We'll get coffee. We'll check out the V4. I want to see how the cables work. And if you want to skip ahead to like our other charging stops and ignore all the beautiful Colorado scenery and us jabbering, you can do that as well.
This video is sponsored by Getaway Space.
We are all probably familiar with some of the challenges of public charging.
Broken or busy chargers, lack of amenities like bathrooms and shade.
Enter Getaway Space.
They're transforming the whole public charging experience.
Imagine pulling up to a vibrant space with 40 DC fast chargers and tons of food options.
There'll be comfy rest areas to relax and recharge while your car is recharging too. And to ensure 100% uptime, a whole team of local engineering support to maintain the equipment.
But to bring this vision to life, they need you to show your support.
Join the revolution and help them build the charging stations of the future by joining their waitlist.
Check the link down in the description.
So this is the first time we've been back in Denver with Lucifer since we left, or Colorado really.
Yeah.
It's almost like we live here again, just being here for 2 weeks. And you know what happens now, by the way, because we're about to enter a tunnel, so we have to.
No.
We do.
We just go
tunnel.
Okay, fine.
Tunnel. I won't do what I used to do, which was like my sister told me this. You have to say tunnel the entire time, like really fast. But now we have the tunnel song. So tell me if you sang it along with us.
Yeah, this has been interesting so far, even on this little bit, just by the way. We're doing Blue Cruise a lot, or of course, as always. We got Blue Cruise 1.3 right before we came out here, so we've been using it a lot. And just coming back through this segment, this is like the Hogback Challenge area that Kyle Connor does. There's a ton of construction, so there's a lot of areas where there's no lane markings and stuff like that. So it's been asking me to put my hands on the steering wheel a bit more than I was originally getting. At first it was doing really great, but then once we got into the construction, it was like, hey, just keep your hands on the steering wheel, which I don't mind. It was actually interesting there. We didn't catch it on camera, but it said lane change possible. Because the car in front of me was free, slowing down, and the lane change was free. So, and now it's back in hands-free mode. But yeah, being back in Denver was fantastic. We worked our day jobs, as Liv mentioned, and we did a lot of other stuff. So if you haven't been to Denver, you should come visit.
Yeah, there's a ton of great stuff to do here. We'd be happy to give you tips and everything. It was lovely to see family and friends. We saw some of the out-of-spec crew, like Francie. She was here with the VinFast. She was dropping it up to switch with a Model 3, I think, right?
Yeah, she took the Model 3 back to Tennessee.
So it was really cool to just happen to be in the same state at the same time as Francie. And, of course, Jordan from Out of Spec. We did not get to see Alyssa and the dogs, though. I really want to give Walter a hug. But some of this you might see in other videos. I think we will have a Electrify Expo experience. So you'll see some of that fun stuff. We had that amazing Cars and Coffee, but it's really, really cool to have the drive now. Where are we?
Idaho Springs.
I love Idaho Springs.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Such a lovely vibe. Hopefully you guys can see some of the buildings as we drive by. Maybe, there's the Bojos.
Yeah,
Idaho
Bojos
Springs
Pizza.
Bojos. So back when we used to cycle, like Patrick would cycle 100 miles and I would cycle less than that, like 50, 75, with team and training, fundraising for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So a lot of the cycling out in Colorado was in beautiful places like Idaho Springs. All over it, there's lots of beautiful places, but oftentimes they'd end up back at Bojos for pizza, because what is better than pizza after biking 100 miles, right?
Exactly.
What it's time for? Eisenhower Tunnel, 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 tunnel. Daylight! Woo! Freedom!
We just came out of the Eisenhower Tunnel, back in Blue Cruise mode. In the tunnel, you don't have Blue Cruise. But anyways, 120 miles on our battery, 64%. Actually, it was at 63% just a second ago. 2.0 miles per kilowatt hour. That's basically the big peak that we have to cross. We hit 11,000 feet. Let's see what we are at the bottom in 7 miles. We're getting close to the bottom now. We're in Silverthorne. We are very, very close to the bottom, but we went from 120 miles of range up to 129 miles. We went from 63% on the battery to 66%, and our efficiency went from 2.0, it's now 2.5. Just as I looked down, it went up. But I love that. I mean, it all washes out because we're getting ready to climb again. But it's just so fun seeing it go up like that. And then now, as you can see, we're getting ready to climb to Frisco and Copper Mountain. So it's getting ready to take a nosedive again. But always a fun experiment going through the Eisenhower. Okay, we're rolling into the new V4 stalls at Copper Mountain. Boy, this is a bumpy road. Supposedly there's really good coffee here. We're really just stopping to go to the bathroom, and because it's a V4, we are at 82 miles now. 1 hour and 33 minutes of driving. 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour is what we're going to finish at. But we're going to swing over here and try this Magic Dock for the first time. 61% battery. So let's see if I can get up to any of these. They're sort of spaced out, but apparently I should be able to just pull straight in.
This is so cool.
And hopefully it'll reach. And this one has a Magic Dock, so we're not going to use our adapter. We're just going to go ahead and try to use the Magic Dock. This will be my first time using a Magic Dock as well. We're going to go up just a skosh. There we go. Mm-hmm. So with these V4 stalls, we're parked just directly in the spot. And with the Magic Dock, apparently, oh, I got to get my app ready. Let me do that first. Copper Mountain, charge here. Oh yeah. So you push the button for like 2 seconds and then like sort of push in and then pull out. Now, I forget which stall this is because they're not actually labeled. So I might just have to do plug and charge because I don't know which stall this is. I'll just do plug and charge. That'll work.
We need to compare that to the adapter.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
As it starts charging. It should only take a few seconds.
I'm coming around. It's flashing.
It's flashing, so we're charging. I'll check the Ford Pass app. And let's see here. It's fast charging.
We hear
it's starting to spin up.
Yeah.
Charge rate 65 kilowatts. It should get a bit higher than that. Come on. But let's take a look at this, and you can see it basically looks identical on the top. The difference is the release from the Supercharger connector. They don't have that on the other one, but this is why you can tell that's a Tesla adapter that Ford has provided us.
100% textures, everything, yeah.
And we're at 106 kilowatts. We're at 62% state of charge, so we're not going to get super fast speeds at this level. And we didn't need to stop. So let's just go in, go to the bathroom, and then whatever we're at, we'll be good to go.
And I just realized we're wearing matching t-shirts.
Yay!
Coffee time. Oh, handicap charger.
And I like the way this is labeled because it says accessible use last.
That's great. And it's right here by the ramp. It's accessible to the coffee shop, and it's accessible. That is so awesome. 5 stars, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Now coffee. Smells good. Yes, I'm outing you. Bye, guys. Thank you. They were really nice. Well, we didn't need to charge at all.
We didn't need to charge at all, but we decided to get some breakfast. So we're at 88%. How long have we been here? I don't see that. Anyways,
oh, no.
We have like 191 miles of range, added 25.2 kilowatt hours, $11.96. So we may update those numbers because we're also tracking in an app called Tronity that we used on the way out here.
So weird, like you're leaving the adapter here.
I know. I was like, wait a second, this is not right. But yeah, we decided just to go ahead get some breakfast. It's actually a really good coffee shop. It's Camp Hill Coffee. They had good sweets. They had good croissants with bacon and
I love a
egg.
croissant breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, so excellent stop. Let's get in and we'll reset one of the trips maybe. No, I think we'll keep it. We're going to go to Parachute, and that's just me doing my route planning. I'm not using the car route planner. I mentioned this on the way out here, but they have not added the Tesla Superchargers into the Ford nav just yet. Still early days. So I use like a better route planner, just basically do my route planning right now. Parachute's 123 miles. I could probably make it all the way to Grand Junction. There's an EA station there. There's a charge point station there. But there's like off the freeway or slow. So I think we're going to try to do Parachute and then from Parachute make it to Green River. So let's just go for that and we'll see. We may reevaluate. But 123 miles, it says we have 193 miles of range. So we're going to go for it.
We are in the land of the pretty views and the glass roof, although we don't have anything right now, but I've been peeking here and there at all the mountains. It's been really pretty.
We went through Vail, Avon, so it's been really nice.
Yeah.
Peeking up every once in a while.
And that was a really great stop in Copper. Neither of us have actually spent time in Copper Mountain, so even just stopping there to charge was really cool. 10 out of 10, great charging station. The place was really nice. The people working there were really sweet. And they actually had things like a little avocado pit that they are growing right there. Like they're doing a bunch of tests to see if they can grow avocados. And they had like all the lists of the summer activities in Copper Mountain, which looked really fun.
Speed limit back to 75. So
hey,
we got
cars
through
speeding up.
the bulk of the Rocky Mountain, like heavier turns. Now we have this one here. Now it's a little bit easier until we get into Glenwood Canyon, but
oh, the ultimate.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we used to film often in Glenwood Canyon, and it's hard not to just film for that entire section. How far is Glenwood?
I don't know because I'm not like.
But we'll have to film that whole thing because it's so pretty.
It's not that far. Because Parachute is past that and it's 92 miles. So
in that case, we'll keep this brief. Anything else?
No, good charging stop. First time using Magic Dock, very easy to use. The V4 stations I love. We didn't have to take up 2 spots. The cable was long enough without having to like go up over the curve or block 2 spots or anything like that. So I really hope they deploy more of these. But if you didn't watch our video about the Tesla Supercharger team being laid off, we were worried about slowdowns in supercharger deployments. And I just saw an article the other day saying, yes, it looks like there is a pretty good slowdown in supercharger deployments, which means V4 is not coming online, and they're still deploying V3s in a lot of locations, but it's slowed down.
That's a real bummer. And also, I will say, it felt kind of nice being at a Magic Dock charger at a V4. One, because it was like everyone knew we were expected to be there, right? Because like there's the adapter for anyone, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. So anyone else can be there, which felt nice. And then also the fact that no one could unplug us and take the adapter or anything like that, which unfortunately is the case with our adapters. So.
And before you ask, yes, that's the case. And we're expecting Ford to have a software update to fix that. By the way, we still have the speed limit adjustments on. So like on that, where we have a sharper curve and it says slow down to 70, the car will slow down to 70 for the curve. So it's really pretty slick.
That is slick. All right, time for some scenery. We're in Glenwood Canyon. I've tilted the camera up just a teensy bit so you can see the mountains right there. This is why I really love having a glass roof. Most of the time we don't even notice that it's there, but it's really fun in situations like this. And I bet it's really nice from the back seat, actually. You can probably have a really good view. Also, we got to clean the glass roof. Now that I'm looking at it.
We had some dust and rain.
And hail. We got hailed on.
At friends' places, so we didn't wash the car as much.
True.
And this is something that a rally doesn't have. It has the steel roof, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, that's right. If you're wondering, we were talking about Mach-E leasing and how good the leasing options are at the moment, and rallies, and could we possibly make it happen? So Patrick's going to run the numbers properly with all the new information. Maybe we'll do a video on that. We should probably do a video on that. We should probably do a lot of videos. Yeah. We'll run the numbers. He'll run the numbers. We'll do a video. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not saying anything.
Speaking of Glenwood Canyon, we've often said it's one of our favorites, and I think it was Outsider magazine or something like that. They interviewed us for a EV road trip article. I can't remember what magazine it was.
We said Backpacker, but that wasn't
It's not Backpacker. It might have been Outsider. Yeah. Anyways, they asked us for our favorite stretches of road, EV road trips, and we mentioned Glenwood Canyon because it really is spectacular. Not only because I think it's like really interesting scenery, but it's also such a it was such an engineering marvel to put this in. And I believe this is like one of the last stretches of I-70 that they built because it was so difficult for various parts of this.
That is cool. That's very cool.
And I still have Blue Cruise on. It's doing a lot of like put your hands on, which to be honest, and I was just talking about this, is like this is the type to where even if I could go hands-free, I would just rest my hand on the steering wheel anyways, just because the margin for error is a lot less. Like right now, like that wall, as it's coming closer to us and there's cars around, there's people doing erratic things, there's a lot of varying traffic speeds. So
not a big deal to have your hand on the wheel.
Yeah, it's not a big deal at all. And actually it's been having me do that. I don't know. This is just such a unique set of scenery, and the way the road is built. It's sort of in parts, it's like suspended in air.
Yeah, and the other direction is actually below us. So well, maybe we can link videos, or we'll make sure that we've tagged them. You can go search our channel and type in Glenwood Springs. If you want to see the other direction as well, because we've probably done that in the same videos. I know we went to Aspen and back. So tunnel.
Oh, Aspen.
Tunnel. That's true. Where was further than here?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh no, actually, we went all the way to Glenwood Springs. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're right.
Do you like how I was just like, okay?
Anyways. I was thinking Vail. I mix up Vail and Aspen.
Aspen? Okay.
Rich ski towns.
Fancy ski towns. So if you want to see the other direction that's below this, I think you can sort of see it in the front-facing camera that there's a road underneath this. It's right next to the water. It's really, really pretty. It's one of the things that it's hard to capture on camera, which, by the way, is something that we're trying to get better at. So Patrick just invested in a, what do you call it?
It's a Insta360 camera. We got it because we're going to go down the Strip Sunday morning, maybe tomorrow night. And
the Las Vegas
we thought it would be really interesting to stick it out of the window. But it could be neat to even like put it here, because you'd get forward facing. We could show you some of the views out of the roof. That's
what we were just talking about. Like, it would have been a really good opportunity. We haven't tested the mount yet because it has this like super powered mount. So by the way, let's tell you some camera stuff. If you're interested in camera stuff, we're going to save it. I currently have a baseball cap on my knee right now to shield myself because the GoPro mounts are not great. So they keep like plummeting. Like cameras will just fall off at various points. And during one of those points, tunnel. During one of those points on our road trip out here, the camera fell because the GoPro mount gave out, and it broke the receiver,
the audio mics.
Yeah, so we lost all the audio from that whole trip, and I had to visually sync it up with our lips, which is fortunate that I'm hard of hearing, so I'm kind of used to reading lips, but this is kind of dark. So anyways, like these are all the random challenges.
Noisy.
Dark and noisy, and not as pretty as outside. How long is this tunnel?
It's almost, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thanks for asking.
Oh geez. So hopefully those videos will come out. You'll have no idea that happened, and hopefully we did a great job fixing all the audio, because we have like quadruple backups, 2 GoPros recording, these mics recording. But this is why we're truly grateful to our patrons and to our YouTube members and to you guys for watching, because the support that you give us helps us get this stuff. So hopefully next time we go through somewhere as beautiful as this, we'll have a camera on the roof.
Maybe not on the roof.
Maybe we'll be really comfortable with it, because we have to try. They have, so these GoPro mounts are just like one section, and then the official Insta360 one is like 3, right?
That's 3, but I couldn't get that one in time.
Oh.
So I got one that has 5.
Oh, even better.
We'll see.
This is great.
It's no name brand, but hopefully it'll work.
Normally, if you see any footage outside of the car at any points, it's me sticking my arm out there with either a GoPro or my phone. If you haven't seen the videos, we've recommended the peak cases often, because they have a little loop that squishes flat. So you can stick your hand out of your car and get a lot of video. I don't know why I'm telling you guys about camera stuff right now, but maybe it's because we're having a chatty moment while we enjoy the canyon.
And it just told me lane change possible, and then it canceled.
Oh.
I sort of forced that one because I wanted to go quicker. Canceled by driver. But yeah, it told me there, the car in front of me is going slower, lanes available, go for it.
Considering how tight and tiny this is, that was impressive.
And I'll get into this further into the road trip because I want to do more comparisons. But basically, 2 years ago, it's not like I'm doing the change. Let's see. 2 years ago, we basically did the same route, September of 2022. And it was in the same car. And we were on Blue Cruise 1.0. And we didn't have Supercharger access. So when we get toward the end of this video, I think we'll do like a little review summary of like, what's it like? And I think it, if nothing else right now, it's sort of like, this is really cool that we didn't change cars, but this trip dynamic has changed significantly just by getting over-the-air updates and, of course, an adapter. So really cool to see that difference, just from updates that were sent to our car.
It's really weird, isn't it? Because we expect products to be static, but the way things are now, the opportunity for products to grow and be updated like humans and become better, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
By the way, if you ever wanted to come whitewater rafting, this is the place.
This is one of the places.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places
the people
in Colorado.
rafting right now.
Yeah, you can't
It's so cute.
Yeah, we're
I don't know if I'll catch it. Oh.
But that's, every time we come through here. And this is also the area that had a lot of fire damage. You can see some of the trees look brown over 2 years ago, because I think it was like we went through early September 2022, and literally like an hour and a half after we went through, a big thunderstorm went through the burn area and created a mudslide that closed it for several days as they cleared the mudslide.
That's right. We had some friends stuck in it 3 hours out of the way.
Yep, they had to go take a detour. But luckily we missed that, and so far, knock on wood, there hasn't been major fires in this area since then. So like hopefully this area can recover a bit more. But yeah, you can see some of the burnt trees around here. And normally, by the way, comparing to 2 years ago, normally we would be coming up on Glenwood Springs and would charge here, potentially skipping this depending on where we charge. Can make it all the way to Grand Junction. We could make it to Grand Junction again. I'm still torn about if we're going to stop in Grand Junction or just stop and parachute.
Grand Junction is like a 20-minute extra drive because it's like 10 minutes off the highway.
Yeah, they have some that are right on the freeway now. but they're like 62.5, I believe. They're like really slow, so that would be great. The biggest question is like Green River is our little sore point of there's 4 charging stations, often busy, and the latest plug share check-ins for this past week haven't looked great. But
that's what I was doing. I was checking in on plug share. You do that when you're like messing around with your phone, and then like an hour later you're like, oh. By the way, touch base with Amy, who last time we went to Green River was the owner there. She's still the owner of the Green River Coffee Company, and she's going to pop over, even if they closed. Their hours have become earlier and earlier, unfortunately, but she's going to pop over, even if they close, and say hi to us. So
nice.
Very exciting that we get to see Amy. And there are rafters right now. You can't see them at all.
And I did take it off of Blue Cruise. And mostly it was because we were popping in and out of the fast lane and people like this doing weird things, just driving with their blinker on. So it's a fun stretch to drive. And it goes back to like a lot of people will ask me like, well, does it work on curvy roads? And I'm like, yes, but it's more fun to not use it on curvy roads. So, I'm enjoying, just driving myself through this canyon. Let it handle some of the other stuff. But it was handling it fine. It was just a matter of like I was saying, it was doing lane changes, but there was so much traffic. People were trying to cut around us and stuff that I was forcing it to go faster than what it wanted to do the lane change. So in these cases, like I just rather take over and have fun.
And now we are almost out of Glenwood Canyon. I really do feel like this is one of my favorite places in Colorado, like vista-wise. It just looks beautiful. It looks like everything that you envision in Colorado, like towering peaks, gushing water, plush trees and stuff like that. It's just very Colorado, isn't it?
Very much. And we're 45 miles from our charger. As soon as we come out of this tunnel, we're in Glenwood Springs.
Should I spare them the tunnel?
Yeah, we can spare you. You guys know what a tunnel looks like by now.
Just say it with me as we let you enjoy the scenery. Tunnel.
Okay, I can see the Superchargers. I just don't know where is the entrance. But let's go ahead and get the trip summary. Just over 120 miles, an hour and 50 minutes, 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour. That's pretty fantastic.
Love that downhill.
Sort of rare, but now we're going to try to figure out which stall we're going to use
out of the entire station.
Yeah, it's all fairly empty. I see this Tesla like behind me trying to pick one, but I have to go right here in the middle. He's gonna pick the one on the side
to the left of it.
Yeah, I should have went for that one, but that's okay. It's empty here.
Yeah.
And this one I'm going to use the Tesla app to initiate the charging. Hopefully these stalls are actually labeled, so that's really good. So let's get out and charge. Let me see if I'm up close enough.
Okay. Hey, nice.
Yeah, it should be.
Getting used to it.
Barely.
There's another Tesla coming in. So it was an empty station, but now there are 3 of us.
Yeah, and I should have took that one over there because then I wouldn't block anybody. I would stick out just a little bit. But this is 1B. And I'm doing this because I have the Tesla membership. This will save us a little bit of money. I would have did this at the last one, but they weren't labeled. So that's a bit frustrating. But
or we couldn't see the labels.
Ben Westby had the same issue, but he knows how they're sort of laid out. So he's like, I'm going to make a guess. Oh, there's one over there. I didn't even see those. That's where we should have charged. It's okay. It's fairly
nice and
empty.
Big and open. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I should check. So it says we're initializing charge. charging at 73 kilowatts. We won't get super fast because we're at 53%. See if it goes up higher than that. As I mentioned on the way out here, I can monitor in the Tesla app. It's 145 kilowatts, 146. But I can also go over here to my Ford Pass app, and I can do the same thing. Like I can check it here, and it's showing that I'm also charging 141 kilowatts, 140, 54% state of charge. So we can just let it charge. We can pop in, go to the bathroom, and I'll double check to see how far Green River is. And we may just go to 80% like I was saying, and that's it. But I think we will skip Grand Junction. I just want to get to our hotel because it'll be Green River and then our hotel, basically.
Yay! And let's just take a look at this charging station right here. We have a Model X.
I'm going to check in on ChargeWay and
Patrick's
PlugShare.
going to check in. Wait. Oh, phew. I thought it wasn't recording for a second. Oh, panic. So let's just look at this station. Get out of Patrick's way. There's also chargers over there. But the thing I really like is that it's at a Sinclair's as well. So there's a Sinclair's dinosaur here. And the first thing I thought was, we have to dress it up for the Supercharger, right? Or dress it up for EV charging. Like it needs a lightning bolt painted on the side or something. I'll never forget that. I think I was with Alyssa in Ogallala. And we passed the Sinclair's and it was dressed up, the little dinosaur. So what should we do to this dinosaur? Just paint a lightning bolt? Yeah. All right, let's go in. Washing fluid. Yay! Oh, amazing. And places for doggies. This is the best. Hi. Oh, cute. As I'm completely not showing you guys properly, but there's a nice green area, so doggies can go for a walk.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and unplug. We hit 82%, just went in, bought some gum, went to the bathroom. We're at 82%, $8.84, 41 kilowatt hours. We'll update those numbers when we get the actual info from Tronity, 26.7 kilowatt hours, 17 minutes.
And we don't show you all that much, but that's what it looks like on the instrument
Here, let me
cluster.
show you the app. So yeah, and we'll update it with Tronity info, but I'm going to just unplug real quick.
All right, do it. And the trip's ready to go. We have 2 hours to Green River.
And while we were charging, I programmed into Richfield is where our hotel is at, just to see. And let me go ahead and hit the route info. There's Green River. It said that we were going to get there at 19%. So we are definitely, should be good to go. I think it's 145 miles. We have 195 miles of range. That'll actually dip quite a bit, like once we get into Utah, because we are going to be, the speed limit's 80 miles an hour, but we're just going to go ahead and roll out. We're not going to stop in Grand Junction. Cross traffic alert. There's a car behind us.
Thank you, car.
And yeah, now it says 161 miles of range, and it's 146 miles. So we would definitely not be coming in at 19%, but that should be fine.
You don't want more? Now that you're thinking about it?
No, we'll be all right. I just hope Green River is okay.
Me too. Goodbye, Colorado!
Something like that.
And then, now we're in no man's land. Just temporarily, right?
Yeah,
in between the signs.
Yeah.
Because now we are in Utah! Welcome to Utah! Brr, 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 brr. Yay. Welcome to Utah. We are in Utah.
And we're 67 miles from the Green River EA station. And I think this could potentially be our only EA stop for the whole 1,050 miles that we're going back to our home in North County, San Diego. Big bug strike. And it's interesting because we've been had really good luck with EA in our 3 years of owning a Mach-E, but Green River is always a bit stressful, and with the relatively recent problems that EA's been having, again, we've never had any major issues. It's just stressful going into Green River because there's no other option around there, and the plug share reports don't look fantastic over the past few days. It could be derated. It could be like 1 or 2 stalls are down.
And I'm just finally checking it. A lucid charge last night. They said plugged in at station 2 and twice got an error. Gave up, moved to station 1 and charged from 36 to 90 in 40 minutes. So,
and that's station 1 is the CCS 150 and the Chatamo.
Yeah.
So we usually don't use that one if we can avoid it because there are leafs that come through there. Check one of our old videos.
Station 4 seemed good.
Station 4, I looked in the past few days and it's like people have seemed to reference that one as working. Although there was one person I think that said it worked for 10 minutes and then it derated.
And this person said it wouldn't initiate.
Yeah.
So by the way, we have not had inabilities to charge on Electrify America, but we have had screen burnouts, black screens, changing handles, changing actual stations. So we have had that, and we've had traffic. Busy stations.
Well,
but
there's only been a couple of times where we had to wait. One time it was like 2 minutes. And something that a lot of people don't realize about EA is they think like this stall is derated. And what we try to remind people is that although sometimes it is both handles on one stall is derated, it isn't always the case. So you can try one handle. If that one's derated, try the other handle. If that one's derated, then move over. So there's, we're back to the EA games. And when we first got Supercharger access, people were like, I thought you said you didn't need Supercharger access. And I was like, well, for the longest time we didn't. But now that we're deeper into EV adoptions and ownership, EA has not expanded that well. And they still have the same equipment at a lot of locations, and it's been going downhill, although they've been putting a lot of money into maintenance in the past year. So I think there's some improvements. But this Green River station is the same as it's been for the past 3 years.
Yeah, and we don't need Supercharger access because 98% of the time we charge at home. We haven't done a long road trip like this, long, because this is going to be 2,600 miles or close altogether. So we haven't done one like this in over a year and a half.
We went to Tesla Takeover in San Luis Obispo last year.
Shorter
we did
trips.
Vegas.
6 hours, 8 hours, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but we haven't done multi-day trips in a long time. And I think a lot of people might be similar. You do shorter trips and then, you save your bigger trips for when you have a good chunk of time off, whatever. But anyway, so we don't have to have the Supercharger access, but on road trips, it is definitely useful. Definitely.
It's nice to have options. And that's one of the things that I said adamantly is I will always take more options. So it's nice to have, in Richfield, there's an EA and a Supercharger. So, we may look and just go whatever one's cheaper and available, which there's not as many EA stalls. There's 4, and I think there's 8 or 12 Supercharger stations. So,
and we will be meeting one of our friends and patrons. You saw him in one of our Green River videos. Actually, the one where we met the Fernanda in the Leaf. A couple of years ago, we had a great time at Green River Electrify America. We met Jim there and Fernanda, the Leaf driver. Anyways, Jim's coming out to meet us, but he doesn't have the adapter yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at the Supercharger just so we can let him try it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was sort of counting on. And our hotel doesn't have charging in Richfield, but I'm hoping to charge at the hotel next door. and I believe it's on the Blink network, which means
Great.
you're paying for access to the charger. It is a perk of being a hotel guest.
Nice.
If it was free for that hotel guest, I wouldn't like go over there and normally do that. But because you're paying for it, I feel like it's fair game.
Oh yeah.
And it's at the hotel next door, so we may do that to get up to 100%. Tomorrow should be relatively easy just to get to Las Vegas, but we are meeting people along the way, and we're going to meet people for dinner, so we're trying to time it well. But of course, I don't want to get to Vegas too early because it's going to be 112 tomorrow.
Oof. Yeah.
Not looking forward to that. I think right now, Green River, we're getting close. It's 95 miles. We're 60 miles out. We have 98 miles of range. So there's about a 38-mile buffer. It's been fluctuating but gradually increasing. I saw 40 for a second.
But we did just hit 80 miles an hour.
Speed limits.
Yeah. So that'll start going down maybe.
Well, it's gone down 2, but
that's bad.
Like the one final thing that I meant to talk about in this segment was using the Ford nav is really great. A lot of people get upset because like they put in their destination that's 200 miles away or 150 miles away, and their range drops, and they get frustrated by that. But it's actually a good thing because the navigation is taking into account which roads you're traveling, the speed limits on those roads, the weather that it can see, traffic, all of that stuff, elevation as well, and adjust your range. So it's basically trying to do a more accurate assessment. And if anything, it underestimates how far you can go so far from what we've seen. And you want it to underestimate rather than overestimate, because overestimate means you're going to be stuck on the side of the road. This road looks nice and smooth, but it's really like
bouncy.
It has a lot of bouncy parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you see those navigation adjustments to your range, it's great. Using Apple Maps or Google Maps or Waze, it doesn't make those same type of adjustments. It just says like based on your car getting however many miles, it will, depending on which app you're using, it's just going to like act like that's enough. But and your range won't adjust because it doesn't know exactly where you're going because you're navigating in another app. This is why I like using the Ford navigation. They just really need to get the Tesla chargers added in there, and then it'll be perfect again. It was perfect before we had the Tesla Superchargers, but yeah,
just
they
one
said
little
it's coming.
tweak.
It's coming.
So now we are enjoying this flat landscape of the open plains of Utah on our way to Green River. Like I mentioned before, I texted Amy, the owner of Green River, and I think she's going to come meet us. She actually, I think, closed early already. But I'm excited and I'm also nervous. I hope it works.
Yeah, I just hope Green River is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can look at the EA app. When we're done, we can look at the EA app and see.
And a lot of people that we chatted with have been excited at the thought, like we have Supercharger access. Yay, Green River is not going to be a challenge anymore because there's a Supercharger there. But it's all V2. I can't remember if you mentioned that in this video.
I did not.
Okay, yeah.
It's V2.
It's down the road. It's all V2. We passed by it in multiple videos. In fact, was it in the race to Vegas?
That's
I think Drew was charging there. And initially when we heard about Superchargers, we're like, cool. But no, that's not the case. We can't charge there. Green River Coffee it is. Let's go. Almost at Green River. We're 1.7 miles. I'm really nervous. Are you nervous?
It is what it is, but yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it. Patrick kept refreshing. We kept refreshing the app, and it's constantly full. So we just have no idea what the line is like. I'm trying to be chill, but who knows?
Yay.
Yay. Oh, goodness. Hey, EV9.
There's one.
And an ID4, and we're just one in line.
It says 4 is available.
It's not. Okay. This is better than I thought it was going to be, though.
Oh, I think if I back
plugged in.
If I back in, I can get that one.
Okay. Woo, I was so excited to get us charging.
We almost hopped out.
Yeah.
We're going to do this quickly. So 142.7 miles, basically 2 hours even, 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. The car just told me I need to charge to 63% to make it to Richfield, which is not exactly where we're going. We're going somewhere in Richfield. So we'll go up a little bit above that. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. This is the only open station. The other one is down, apparently. I think 2 is down. So we're going to go give this one a try. There's 2 handles, so hopefully one of them will work.
Fingers crossed.
So I'm going to get everything ready. And I'm using the app so I can get my discounted rate instead of plug and charge. So we're going to hit 4. We're going to swipe to charge. Processing payment. We'll try this handle first. It says initiating charge. And we figured out the Supercharger takes 20 seconds or less to initiate a charge. EA takes a bit more time. I think it was 50 seconds. Yeah. So, and it's about 96 degrees.
It's really trippy because coming from the mountains where it was like 60 and now 96.
Still initiating. I hear the noise.
That's a better sound. Come on. I want to see a high number.
And I'm going to bring up the Ford Pass app as well. I should have taken screenshots. 4143. It looks like it's derated.
Uh-oh.
So.
Do we switch?
Oh, 90.
Hey, great.
We should get out of this close to 150, but considering everything, I don't know if we're going to mess around with it. If anybody unplugs, we may try switching. 121. Nice. I'm good enough with that for now.
That's great. I thought we were going to get 30.
Okay. Yeah, it's not derated. People have commented that Station 4, like I said, it was like it worked for 10 minutes and then it derated. So I'll just keep an eye on it. But let's go hide in some shade.
Yeah. Another EV9 pulling in. This is so cool. This family literally just got their EV9 yesterday. So unfortunately, the EV9's pulling in and the remaining charger is down. But hopefully they'll switch with this EV9. That's a good sound. What do you think? Do you like the silver or the blue? So these guys just got theirs yesterday, which is really cool. Bye. Oh, ooh, it's open. Green River. Yay. Yay. Hi. Yay. Hi. Hi. Hi, buddy. Oh, hi. Hi. More doggies.
Just as somebody said on PlugShare, at 10 minutes, we derated. We're doing 31 kilowatts. So what I'm going to try is switching to the other handle and seeing if that makes any difference. It means our charging stats are going to be all messed up, but I'm going to try to collect those at the end. So we may just have messed up charging stats, but I just don't want to charge at 31 kilowatts after 10 minutes. So just deactivated this one. Going to unplug this handle, and it feels pretty warm. And then let me get the other one. And I'm going to have to like wait a second because EA is going to sort of like take a minute for me to recognize that it stopped. It says 10 minutes. We got 12.9 kilowatt hours. It can't update the pricing info, but I'll be able to get all that info and just add it up. But now we're just going to use this other one. And because I'm cheap, I'm going to activate in the app. So just bear with me 1 second. Okay, well, typical EA, it says all stations are in use, even though I know it says this one's not. So I'm just going to do plug and charge and see if I can get this one to work. It's plugged in. Let's see if it initiates. And then if somebody finishes at one of these others, I'll use theirs. But this is, of course, causing a bit of a delay just to switch, especially if it derates again, because it takes a minute to disconnect, a minute for it to spin back up. You know, seeing what we can do, because 31 kilowatts going all the way up to, like, if we go up to 80%, which we might, because Liv will be talking to Amy for a bit, I'm sure. So anyways, I'm gonna try to get in the shade as much as I can. It's really hot out here now. It says authorized. I'll see if I can bring up my app, because the station is just really slow to update. It was also interesting because, like, the EA app said charging session failed, but then it was showing me my charging speed. So the Ford app is showing we're at 122. So hopefully I don't have to keep doing this, but 123. So this handle might be okay. If it doesn't derate, we're good. But it's 2:17 p.m. I'll check at 2:27 and see if it's still doing above 100. So, all right, we're gonna go check inside. It hasn't even been 10 minutes and we derated again. The car is screaming. It's hot, but we derated to 31 minutes. It's only been 6 minutes. I guess I'll turn the car around, or can I reach from here? I might just use station 3. Let me see if I can reach using this cable. Ooh, this one's hot. That must be the one that they were using. That one will reach. Let me see if I can use the left one. Nope, they're both hot. I think it's just that they're sitting in the sun. That one won't reach. So we'll try the one on the right and just see if we can get full speed out of that. But this is frustrating. And EA all over again. And I might try to get my discounted rate again, because this one says it's now available. So let me get my phone out. I'm gonna set things down and we'll give this a try. The difference between charging at 124 kilowatts and 31 is quite significant. So it does pay to swap around, but it's just frustrating to have to do this. So this is now station 3, it says available. This is actually at 350. But we'll see. It's processing payment. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. It says please plug in. So let me grab this one. And if I have to, I could always back up just a little bit and use the other handle. There we go. Connected, it's blue. I'm gonna step over here, see what the screen says. This is the good old days of doing like the EA tap dance, of like trying different handles, different stalls. Initiating charge. I'm gonna bring up my Ford Pass app again. Let me get completely in the shade. Ah, that feels so much better. EA app is laggy as well. The Ford Pass app is showing that it's starting to charge. It says welcome driver. We're gonna hit continue. I hear the fans on. It's 45 kilowatts. Please go higher than that. See if it refreshes. So the car is, like when I'm pulling it from the Ford Pass app, it's actually getting it like from the cloud, with the cars reporting to the cloud. So sometimes if we're not in good cell service, it can take a while for it to update. But the I saw 133 for a second, and it's fluctuating between 133, 120, 126. Normally out of a 350, we can get close to like 165, 166 kilowatts. But the car is really kicking into high gear. And it seems like it's sort of like negotiating what's a good speed. I think the handles are just hot. These old handles, let me do a flippity flip and show you. So like these old handles that EA's been using for a while, they just seem to be problematic. Some of the ones that they've updated them to look exactly the same, but they have a gray cover instead of that white cover. Those seem to do better. Sorry, let me focus, or actually point at what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, they just really need to replace these stations. These are ABB, they're old. EA has talked about there's problems with these particular generation of chargers, but I don't know how they're going to upgrade here. I'm going to flippity flip again, because normally what they do is they take the chargers down for about 2 weeks while they do the upgrade. They don't have like a quick way to like put in temporary chargers and do the upgrade. So I don't know how they're going to ever do Green River. What I'd like to see them do is put in like 4 more chargers, then take these down and do the upgrade. But we're still at 123. Now we're at 2 minutes. I'll take it all the way up to 63 or 80. We'll see. But I'll just keep an eye on it, see if we derate again. Sorry, this is a long charging stop. It's frustrating for us. And I'll have to like just add the numbers up at some point. Using the Tronity app, I'll put a link down below. It's really cool. We'll put a referral code that helps get us some free time using it. It's about $4 a month. But what it does is it tracks every single trip that we take in the Mach-E, as well as every charging station at home or out and about. And it's just a nice way to keep track of all of those stats if you're interested in tracking that type of nerdy data. I love having it for doing these road trips, but even around town, it's sort of neat to track efficiency and sort of see trends and differences between summer and winter, different tires, those type of things. So, all right, 2 minutes, still 117. We're at 53%. Hopefully it holds this, and fingers crossed.
She's on TikTok. We just found out. If you don't know, this is Amy, the current owner of the Green River Coffee Company. So exciting to be here. We haven't been here in ages.
I'm so happy to see you guys. It's been a while.
Amy's super sweet. As we told you on the road, she came all the way back. She was out, like the coffee shop was closed, and she's like, I'll come back just to see you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We love Amy. We love Green River Coffee Company. It's just really, it's a great vibe. And she's made this incredible space. And so I didn't know what was going to be here when we came back, but it's all preserved perfectly. And the future is preserved, right?
Yeah, future. I mean, I'd love for her to put her own character in the place and do things and stuff, but she's just fallen in love with the place as is. And she'll probably run it for a time and see what she wants to do. And then there's so many opportunities to, you know, I guess one thing is to talk about putting like a Dutch oven barbecue outside. And so you can come and have home cooked Dutch oven, you know, on the weekends or however.
I don't even know what that is actually. What is Dutch oven?
So Dutch oven is like a big cast iron thing that you get a bunch of coals, hot coals, and then you set it on top of it, and then you get some of the coals and set it on the lid. But you can make anything out of it. My dad makes a world famous peach cobbler in a Dutch oven. Yeah.
So if you were wondering, the she's referring to is Kelsey. Kelsey is another Green River and Park City, Utah person who fell in love with the coffee shop and has decided to take it on, to buy it. And they have this like really interesting collaboration. So you might see Amy here. You might see Kelsey here.
Might see both of us.
Look like?
Kelsey is a wonderfully beautiful my age woman. I'm not going to say what age. I don't think that would be appropriate for me to throw that out for her. But yeah, and so I just kind of like call her a mini me because she's got a lot of the same great ideas and fun stuff. She's a big river rat, so she does the river a lot.
Love it.
And very outdoorsy. She's one of those crazy people, unlike me and you, we're crazy, but we don't run and do marathons.
No.
So she'll run marathons and stuff like that, and she's just got the best energy and vibe, and so she just fits perfectly. She really does.
That's phenomenal. So you might come here and see Kelsey, you might see Amy. Now this allows Amy to have tons of adventures. And if you're wondering, we have tons of videos with Amy over the years. When we've come to Green River, we've tried the coffee, we've tried the charging, and we've got to know the vibe and your special vibe and your animals. They're all here. So the fact that this place is now going to continue into the future with someone else who gets the vibe is super awesome. I'm delighted.
I'm very excited. Yeah, the way it all worked out. That when I spoke it out to the universe that I wanted to think about selling it, she was the first one to come around, and she just fit perfect. It was just meant to be. So, and then it's so nice that we both can be, take our time with it. I'm giving her all the time that she needs to get the fundings and stuff put together, in the meantime, having her work here at the shop with me and getting a lay of the land and kind of figuring out how things work so that she can get an idea of, no, I'll probably change that, or let's keep this the same. And just, but I think this kind of homey vibe is going to stick around, and
I love it so much.
And love it to have the charging people come in and have a bathroom and a cup of coffee and maybe some lunch, things like that.
I love it so much. This is so awesome. So here is the start of the next story, the next chapter of Green River Coffee Company. You get to have numerous adventures now because you have some more free time. So what do you want to see at Green River? I put it out to you guys. If you want to see something here, Dutch ovens, what else? Pizza ovens.
Pizza ovens. Bringing back ice cream.
Ice cream, definitely.
And then, of course, you're in world famous watermelon country here. So if you're here at the right time, you can come in and get a wonderful watermelon shake or a smoothie. Or definitely.
Okay,
you're like,
so,
yeah,
what?
Because we have like 50 different varieties of melons grown in Green River.
I didn't know this. She just told us like a few minutes ago that it was like melon. She's like, if it's melon time. I'm like, what is melon time?
What do you mean melon time?
What is that? So it's melon time now. You didn't know. You can come to Green River for charging, coffee, and melons.
There you
now
go.
You know.
Perfect. Yeah. And you can get melons in so many different ways. I even make a watermelon salsa.
That sounds amazing.
It's very good. Throw that on with a chicken salad wrap.
Can we get that here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When the time's right. I think some of the melons are starting to come on right now. It'll probably be more the middle of August maybe that the really good big watermelons will start coming on, and they are the sweetest, best watermelons you'll ever have.
I love this so much.
Yeah,
there's a lot of magic here. I'm so glad we could see you again and catch up.
And I'm coming to San Diego to visit. Yes,
definitely.
I am.
Oh, this is so awesome. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Patron sneak peek. This is coming. Green River Coffee Company stickers. Thank you so much. Yay. And coffee for us. Sorry, we can't mail that. Ooh, buzzard blend. Ooh, yum. Bye, you guys. So nice to see you again. Bye.
It won't be this long between next time.
Definitely not. Come visit with Ranger and McGee. Bye. So we're officially the only people here because Amy's awesome and we spent way too long chatting, but you know what? For great reasons.
And I kept watching because I didn't want to make sure, I wanted to make sure there was chargers available if anybody came.
No one else is here.
So guess what we're at?
What are we at?
94%.
Oh my goodness, that's bonkers.
So let me hit, actually I'll just hit stop here.
It's weird because I've been hiding indoors and everything has changed and you've changed chargers. And hi, Ranger. Ranger's coming with us.
And we hit 95.
Okay, good.
We will add all the stats up when we get a chance because it was 3 charging sessions, but this last one went from 46 to 95. We came in at, what was it, 19 or so?
Yeah.
But we'll just have to add all the stats and put them up on the screen. But let's do our route planning to Richfield.
And let's close the charge port.
Oh. Okay, that was my fault.
I guess. It's a roasty toasty car right now.
So I didn't have to do route planning because the car was already ready to go to the next stop. Basically it says we'll arrive in Richfield in 1 hour and 47 minutes. It's 123 miles and we should arrive there at about 43% battery because we went so high. There's a Tesla Supercharger, there's charging at the hotel next to us, and there's also an EA charger in Richfield. So we are absolutely good to go. Like I said, we're getting the stats from Tronity, great app. Check the link down in the description if you want more info about that. Maybe we'll do a video on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's pretty neat. And it may be after this road trip, and I do like a road trip summary wrap-up.
Tronity summary.
Like a lessons learned from all of our route planning and
ooh, I love this.
all that other good stuff. But I'm actually hungry, but
me too.
I think I can wait till dinner. We'll snack.
Yeah.
The car is screaming because it's so warm. Oh, and they had the bug. Like we were
going 1 mile an hour?
1 mile an hour, even though we were stationary. Ford knows about it. They'll fix that. It doesn't do it all the time. I think it only does it when you have a navigation destination set and you're stationary. But anyways, little bugs. Doesn't affect driving at all. But it says now, because it's calculated our range, it says like we will have like a 76 mile buffer or something like that, 36%. we'll see how that goes. There's some elevation climb before we get to Richfield, I think. It's been a while. I need to do this more often. But anyways, let's hit the road, and then we'll get some scenery real quick, and then we'll touch base.
Wow, the views are amazing. Like literally left, right, center, everything is amazing. Not as much up there, still pretty clouds, but wow.
Utah is amazing to drive through, and we only scratched the surface by staying on I-70, I-15, but I love it every time we go through it, and just like, wow, it's amazing to drive through. You can't live out here. We just saw a sign that said no services for 100 miles on I-70.
Yeah, which of course I'm immediately like, I gotta pee. I'm okay, but do you guys ever watch Galaxy Quest? I know we've talked about this before, but somewhere in Utah there's Goblin National Park. Is that it?
Oh, we passed it a little bit ago.
Yeah, we have to go there one day because it was in Galaxy Quest, which is such a cute movie, and I want to run around there and dress up like I'm in Galaxy Quest.
But let's talk about our charging stop, give you guys an update. Road trip's going well, feel very refreshed. That charging stop was both frustrating and fantastic. I get the frustrating part because I was hopping chargers and stuff like that, and I'm so frustrated with Electrify America. And like I said, we've done some of that tap dancing before, switching between charging stations, but we've never had like really any major issues with EA. But they've been making promises of expansion and getting better and replacing chargers, so it's frustrating. I want them to stick to their promises. I want them to get better. I know the history of EA. Nobody needs to make a comment about like, they started with the VW fines and all that. Like, I know, but I'm hoping IANA, the new multi-manufacturer network, will do well. The fact that we could use the Tesla Supercharger network is a big bonus. But enough about that. We are EV nerds, but we also are people.
So we're only supposed to get to 63%?
63 is what the car suggested, but
to 94
I knew we'd go higher.
Yeah, because we do love people. We love Amy at the Green River Coffee Company. It was so great to see her. And by the way, as Patrick was saying about stuff about Electrify America, Amy signed a lease with them. She's had the coffee shop for like 16 years. She signed the lease with Electrify America like 2017, right?
Yeah, I think the chargers went in 2018.
Which is pretty amazing. So I'm not sure the length of her lease, but that's a really beautiful commitment to providing a service to so many people as Patrick is hands-free driving.
And then, I was like, I don't know how it's doing it because there's no right side of the lane. I figured it's still steering. It just is like, hey, put your hand on. I can't find the lane marker. But anyways, go ahead. Continue.
So it's great that you made that commitment to providing something for people that is now so essential to us. I think that's really cool. And we got to sit down and talk to her a good chunk more than it's been a couple of years.
She's usually busy as well.
She's usually busy. The shop was closed. She actually says that oftentimes, like afternoon, there are not that many people coming in for anything other than the bathroom. So she keeps the shop open. It's literally just to provide a restroom, which is a nice service to give, but she's literally doing that for free then. So, because people don't necessarily want coffee afternoon.
And she mentioned maybe her and the new owner might have
more food
that's more appropriate for the afternoon because they have a lot of breakfast-oriented stuff.
So if you do stop there and you feel like coffee, definitely get coffee there or whatever you can. We got something extra special. We got coffee there. We bought some coffee. We've had some of her coffee before and it's delicious. But I noticed that there were Green River Coffee Company stickers on the coffee. So we also bought a bunch of stickers for our patrons, which we showed you guys. But by the way, look at the bag. She actually makes this with like a coffee mug and she like makes the circles on it to decorate.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, I like it.
But, oh God, that smells so good.
I know, let's make some right now.
Yeah.
If we had a lightning, we could just like power it.
Yeah, we could go all Tom Malogny and just have a kitchen in here. Oh, my ears are popping.
Yeah, we're coming down now. Our efficiency dropped to 1.6, 1.7 miles per kilowatt hour. We're at 1.7 now. But we'll make up for it. We have a ton of extra because we went so high. But I'm getting excited because we're going to be in Richfield and going to be very happy.
Me too. The truck's being towed.
Backwards.
I hope you guys can see that on camera. The truck is being towed backwards. It looks insane. It looks like a truck is driving backwards.
Yeah.
That's very weird. Anyways, Amy's really passionate about that stuff, and hopefully that charger, that station will get updated sometime in the future because it's old. It needs a refresh.
I think there needs to be an 8-stall there. I may have mentioned it. They put in some EA chargers in Moab, which I was hoping would alleviate some of the congestion at Green River. And the reason is like even Amy was saying, there's a lot of Rivians that come and they charge up to over 80% because they're going to go to Moab and go have fun off-roading for days. And there wasn't really much in terms of charging down there. But there's a Tesla Supercharger that we have access to and Rivians have access to. And now there's a new EA station. So hopefully the word gets out. Like you don't need to like swamp Green River. And we didn't see a Rivian charging. We saw
two EV9s.
Two EV9s and an ID4. And yeah, it's just Green River is so critical, and hopefully it says emergency scene ahead, so I want to be cautious. I don't know how they're going to like upgrade it, but I'm like, I'd love to see places like that where it's 8 stalls.
Well, could they put in 8 stalls? Like put in the extra 4 and then shut down those 4 and upgrade them?
Yeah, and I know that's not, it's almost as expensive as just putting in 4 brand new stalls, but hopefully that's something, I want to take Blue Cruise off because it says emergency scene, reduction to 1 lane. I'd rather be in control. So it may be expensive, but it's such a critical area.
Essential.
Because it's basically 100 miles on each side is where the chargers are at. So it could be a tough jump for a lot of people. Oh, a truck burned out. That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
And I know with NEVI funding, I believe Utah is one of the states because NEVI funding wants chargers every 50 miles. And I think Utah is one, like maybe Wyoming is another, where they requested an exemption for that because like here, we're going through this 100-mile stretch where there's no services at all. So there's really no way you could put in chargers like here. There's just, there's no gas stations, there's no bathrooms, there's no nothing. Here's a sign here. Lone Tree, 1 mile, no services.
I'm curious about Lone Tree. What's that like? There's a Lone Tree in Colorado.
Yep.
Anyways, that was our touch base. Now we're going to enjoy some of this epic scenery and make our way to Richfield.
We're going to pass Salina, but we're stopping in Richfield.
Did we figure it out? Salina or Salina?
Salina, I forget.
I know that I was right last time.
Whatever.
We have arrived.
We arrived. I'm going to give you our summary for this segment. We did 122.9 miles, 1 hour and 41 minutes, 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I think we'll keep trip 1 as the overall, which of course is the equivalent to trip 2 because that's what we've done for the day, but we'll do the whole trip to California. But today we did 468.2 miles, 7 hours and 11 minutes with the car on. You can see it's still clicking away. 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. Pretty darn good overall. We're at 32% battery, 75 miles of range. And what we decided is like, I think we'll charge to 80% just to get it out of the way. Hotel doesn't have free charging. The neighboring hotel you can pay. If I'm going to pay, I might as well just charge up to 80%. And then maybe when we go to dinner or in the morning when we're doing breakfast, I'll try to charge and get up to 100% or close. But let's go ahead and charge. And I'm going to turn my camera on. I'm going to hop out. Liv's going to hop out, and I'm going to activate this charger. This is a great one because it's sort of like a pull-through stop. So I will use this one. Hopefully nobody's coming with a trailer, but if they do, this thing is completely empty and we're fine.
Okay.
So using the Tesla app so I can get my discount, and the discounted rate, I haven't been remembering to tell you guys this, but it's 37 cents per kilowatt hour. I believe EA in town would be 42 cents at the member rate. So that's nice. I'm going to hit start charging.
What's non-discounted here?
It doesn't show me once I have the membership going.
I could look.
So you could always look, but
Yeah.
We're going to plug in now. And let's see. Oh, I closed the app by mistake. It says it may take up to 1 minute. We found it's like 20, 25 seconds at most.
It's flashing.
It's flashing, it's charging. It says 19 kilowatt hours. It takes a second for it to ramp up. 32. And then it'll update again and we'll get 88. I can hear the cooling fans in this.
It's
you can
quite
probably
hot
hear
out here.
137. Yeah, I think the Google is saying it's 91. I'm going to step away from this because it's really loud. And 150. I think the highest we've seen out of the Supercharger was 160 one time. Mostly we get like 155. And we'll check in. Our friend is getting here in like 5-10 minutes. Hopefully we can charge up really quickly. 153. And again, I can check it in the Tesla app and the Ford Pass app, which is pretty nice. Can't see it in the car, which is annoying as heck, but you know, it is what it is. 154. All right. So we seem to be good to go. And it's not EA, so I don't have to really worry about it derating. Well, 475 miles done. The car is still charging. We'll give you the final charging stats at the end of the video. And when we're done going all the way back to California, I'll do like a wrap up, and I'll probably put a spreadsheet with all of our stats out there.
Ooh, nerdy.
Yeah. You guys like that nerdy stuff, right? We're just going to wrap it up. We'll give you the final stats after we're done. But I think today was a pretty darn good day. The only hiccups were, of course, Green River.
And it actually wasn't a real hiccup. We pulled in and you derated twice. I got to hang out.
Yeah, and I would have switched stalls, but and once the ID4 left, then I'm definitely switching. And I didn't even have to move the car, which was sort of nice. But it is an interesting difference now. Your stress, like when we were looking at getting to Green River versus getting to Parachute, where we knew there was like at least 8 stalls.
Oh yeah, it was very different. And going back to Parachute or to Copper Mountain, knowing we're on the way to one of those places, I'd feel much more comfortable because there are more stalls and because they're 24-hour or late night amenities, I assume. We love Amy, we love Green River Coffee Company, but we definitely want her to get help, and her new Kelsey? I've already forgotten the name.
I think it was Kelsey.
I'm so bad.
Rewind.
Yeah, rewind. But we definitely want them to have more support there so that is a station that we can have services at often too. We need more chargers, but we also need to keep Green River going. So it's a stressy station, but it's essential.
Minor hiccup, of course, was the Magic Dock chargers. That the first one we stopped at wasn't labeled, so I couldn't activate it with the app, so I couldn't get the discount. But plug and charge was fine. But like a Rivian, well, no, Rivian has plug and charge. But it's Magic Dock, so anybody could use that. But how would you activate if you don't know which charger you're using? So,
and Patrick was mentioning that you read somewhere that someone went there and was like, well, I can't charge here because they didn't know that the Magic Dock was in there.
We need to do more education that
we do.
The Magic Dock means you can charge, and just because it says Tesla doesn't mean you can't, although there are not a ton of Magic Docks.
I feel so bad for that person because if they had no way of knowing. How would they know? So they left without charging. Yeah, there's no signage or anything like that, and no fault to them. We err on the side of kindness that might have really sucked for them.
So it's overall very good. By the way, again, of course, mentioning Blue Cruise. Blue Cruise made it way more enjoyable. We were talking about, like, we're sort of tired and done with today. 474 miles is pretty good. But the only reason we're really tired is, like, filming takes a lot of work. Liv's constantly looking for things to film. And I'm sort of like watching out for things and going like, oh, check this out, check that out. And we had to give her updates. So it gets a bit much. Not complaining at all, because we had a blast, but we don't listen to music or podcasts because we have so much other stuff that we're doing. But Blue Cruise made it just super simple so that I could help look at scenery and go like, oh, check out that bridge and check out the train. And it really makes it a drive enjoyable. And if we weren't filming, I am addicted to Blue Cruise 1.3 specifically with the lane changes, especially once we got into Utah, where there wasn't as much traffic, and it's like, you tap the blinker every once in a while. Like, I literally had like half a bag of popcorn, hands-free mode.
Yeah, and I imagine that you guys, Blue Cruising 1.0, 1.2, or 1.3, I can't remember which version has 1.3 or 1.2.
Right now, well, basically 1.2 was on the 2023s. Some of the later ones, I think, got 1.3. 2024 has 1.3. 2022s are now getting 1.3. 2021s are still on 1.0, but they should be getting the update. Little more patience. It should be coming. Trust me, it's coming.
But if you have any of the Blue Cruise and you're not filming or doing something like this, you're probably having a great time just chilling, hands-free, paying attention, but like listening to podcasts or chatting with your family or listening to music, whatever. I'd love to hear how your Blue Cruise experience is. And I have to point out that we're at 81%.
We're at 81. I know, we got to finish. We're going to go meet our friend for dinner at the steakhouse there, hotels there. So, and I know not everybody has the same opinion of Blue Cruise, and that's fine, because it's optional. If you enjoy it and you think it does great, you can subscribe to it. If you get annoyed by the nags or whatever, don't do it. It's totally up to you. It's your call. I really think it's great and fantastic. Of course, from 1.2 to 1.3, there are no new features, but it does make things even more smooth, less disengagements. So it was really good. One new feature that I want to note, and we're going to do a whole Blue Cruise video. We already started on it. But one new feature I thought was great was that when it would say, like, you're in the 80 mile per hour zone and a 70 mile per hour zone is coming up, it would say like 70 mile per hour up ahead. It would indicate that on the dash and then start slowing me down, so that by the time I hit the 70 mile speed limit sign, I was doing 70, which is the way you're legally supposed to do it. You're not supposed to see 70 and then slow down. So that's another thing that's in 1.2, 1.3. We have a lot more thoughts on that, but I think we need to wrap it up. We're at 82%.
And I will say, I do think Blue Cruise is expensive, and it would be nice if it was cheaper. Totally agree. And I'm not afraid to say that to Ford either. Yeah, we do.
Let's make our voices heard. Yeah. Like, I think Blue Cruise should be cheaper. I would be like probably month to month, like maybe do it this month because we're doing 2,500 miles, but not next month when we do 100, 200 miles on Blue Cruise roads. So I hear you. I agree with you. Let Ford know. Let's see if we can get them to do anything. And maybe, like Tesla was charging $200. They dropped theirs to $80. Blue Cruise is what, 75 or 80 a month if you do it monthly. So we need to make our voices heard. Let's do that. And we've said it to them directly as well. So we're at 83%. Like, it feels like time is ticking away. So let's do that, and then we'll say goodbye to patrons. I'll get the final stats.
Okay,
I'm going to hop out. Like I said, we're at 83%. It's $16.65. We'll update these numbers from Tronity again. I'll keep saying that over and over. It was about 31 minutes. We got 45.5 kilowatt hours. By the way, I think what it does is like it rounds down. So like if I get 55.8 or 45.8, it'll literally round down to 45 so far from what I've been seeing and billing. I need to collect more data to find out, but I'm gonna go unplug and then we're gonna go get dinner. Easy peasy. By the way, when it's 110 degrees, that thing gets really hot. We found that out on the way here. Watch that video.
Much swearing.
91 degrees, it's not too bad. And the sun wasn't out the whole time. We had some clouds. So
let's flippity flip.
Flippity flip and say goodbye, and then we'll go to the hotel. We're not blocking anybody because there's like 14 empty stalls.
Like Patrick said, we're not blocking any stalls. There's a ton of space here. It's really nice. Anywhere that's by a gas station, I think, is great to have amenities and be here.
And a Wendy's.
And a Wendy's. And to be here fueling up with everyone else, it's just nice to all do the same thing. But we should get out of here. So thank you so much for joining us for this video in which we went all the way from Denver, Colorado, out here to Richfield, Utah. We supercharged a bunch. We Electrify America a bunch. We had a really good time once.
Well, three charges for
yeah, no, that counts as a bunch. A huge thank you to our patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. You guys know you have a special present from this coming. Very excited.
And stay tuned because tomorrow we go to Vegas. We're going to go somewhere special for dinner. We're going to take you along for the adventure. We're going to charge on the way, meet people. It's going to be fun.
And then
so watch
meet
the
up
next video.
And then drive down this trip. And hopefully we get to use our new camera and it's awesome. Hopefully it's amazing. Huge thank you to our YouTube members. We appreciate you guys too. They have cool little lightning bolts next to their names. They get fancy ponies. We need to make a new emoji for you guys. So if there's something you want, let us know because we can make anything for you within reason. But
small, but not detailed.
It's tiny, teeny tiny. The fancy ponies are detailed.
I'm hungry.
Anyways, on that note, we should go. So just remember that whatever you drive, whether it's in Colorado or Utah,
or any of the 50 states, or not 50 states,
or not in America, enjoy the ride. Bye.